Good evening, everyone, and once again, I thank you for joining me for our bi-weekly guided meditation and and our Dharma talk. All right, today is November 16th, 2020. It's 6 p.m. here, Central Daylight Time. And again, I'd just like to express my sincere gratitude for you all spending your time here, your valuable time with me. Briefly on a Monday evening. Thank you. I appreciate it very much. So why don't we begin with a nice guided meditation? And what I'd like for us to do is just close our eyes. Get in a comfortable position, whatever suits you best. Take a few deep breaths. Inhales. And exhale. You can exhale through your nose if you like, or out your mouth, whatever suits you best. Sometimes I feel like a yawn coming on every time I do that. It happens sometimes, right? Get those big inhales from maybe not enough oxygen throughout the day or right beforehand. Sometimes those happen. That's okay. Inhale. And exhale. Nice and deep. And exhale. I'm going to just sit here for a few moments. Good. Now, let's imagine ourselves walking along a very pretty lake. We're walking along barefoot, and we can feel the texture of the soil or maybe the sand beneath our feet as we walk. And it's comfortable, and the lake is just the right temperature. Not too hot, not too cold, just perfect. Remember, when we're mindful, we're aware of all of our surroundings, so we can smell the fresh air, how soothing it is, and nourishing our lungs, bringing that life-giving oxygen to our bodies. We can hear birds to the sides of us and behind us chirping and singing their lovely songs and just talking to one another, the way birds do. Maybe we can hear crows and sparrows, blue jays, woodpeckers, all kinds of forest sounds. See the beautiful green forest surrounding this lake. Beautiful greens as far as the eye can see. And as you walk, you think to yourself, today I'm going to just go in for a swim. So maybe take off your shoes or sandals if you're wearing them, or maybe take off a shirt or something like that. You want something dry to maybe come in, get into out after this swim. And you walk out to the water and you feel it going over your ankles, going over your shins, and up to your knees, and how warm it feels, how just very inviting. And you continue walking out past your hips to your chest, and maybe you stop there, somewhere around your chest and shoulders. You just feel that warm sensations, just the warm, inviting feeling that that you feel with this lake water just surrounding you. And you look off into the distance and maybe see a buddy of yours. And he's walking closer. And you wave to him. And he waves back. Both of you are smiling, happy to see one another. And you wave him on in. This lake water feels so warm and comforting. And you want to share it. So your friend comes on in. And both of you just enjoying this water. Not saying anything, but just maybe occasionally floating back on your back and looking at each other and just smiling. And you guys look up again, and now both of you see some other people coming. And they're smiling at you, and you're smiling at them. Everybody's friendly. Right? Everyone is friendly. You invite them in too. So now you've got all these people in this lake with you, sharing this wonderful feeling. Some people you know, some you don't. And more people come in and everybody waves. Everyone's smiling. Everyone's at peace in this lake. Everybody comes in and just enjoys themselves, enjoys the welcomeness, the wholehearted welcomeness. People long to feel they can find it in this lake. And this lake is so huge that you could still put your arms out and never touch another one. But it's inviting, and people can see that. There's enough for everyone. Plenty. You can feel this love and acceptance, this warmness in this lake. Just everybody feels it. You can feel it from the other person next to you to the farthest person. Everybody's connected and joined together with this love and warmth in this lake. There's no need to leave this lake. No need. We can stay and enjoy this warmth, this loving kindness that we feel in this lake. We can imagine this lake as the universe around us. And everything that we can feel and see and think of as a home in this universe. This warmth and connectedness. We realize that we can bring this warmth and acceptance and loving kindness with us wherever we go. We can bring it with us and we can share it with everyone that we meet. We're all connected, all wanting the same things. The loving kindness, the warmth, the acceptance. We can freely give that without any expectation in return. So as we begin to bring ourselves back, present moment, to where we sit, to where we currently exist, we know that we can bring those feelings, those compassionate, warm-hearted feelings towards all living beings. We know we can bring that and carry that with us every day. So as we begin to open our eyes, bring ourselves into awareness. Open your heart. To that generosity of giving and to receiving. So I was thinking today, I had a different topic I wanted to talk about, but I got to thinking, with this month, with Thanksgiving coming up and some holidays, seasons coming right around the corner, right? Maybe think about road trips, right? How we prepare for the road trips. And the excitement and the joy of going to see, whomever we're going to see. Right? And so what I would like for you to do, as we talk about this a little bit, think of a time when you were preparing for a road trip. Maybe you were going on vacation, or maybe you're getting ready to prepare for this upcoming Thanksgiving, or maybe it was to visit a loved one or a dear friend, for a few weeks. Think about how you prepared for that trip. What did you do? probably filled up your car, right? Make sure you had enough fuel in there, or if maybe you vacuumed the interior, right? Nice clean car, you know. Maybe you did an oil change or some other type of service, you know, to be sure that, your car is in working order, for this long trip. Right? You're preparing, right? You're preparing for that trip. Think about what you packed in your luggage or your suitcases, that you safely stored in the trunk of your vehicle. There's probably some toiletries, right? Some toothpaste, deodorant, and hairbrush or something like that. Some changes of clothes, right? If you're going away for some time, you're going to need some clothing, right? Some shoes, extra shoes. If you're going to see a friend or a loved one, maybe you have a gift, or some gifts that you bring to show that you care about that person. And then think about what you kept within easy reach while you're driving. Your phone, right? Snacks, chips or some bananas or grapes. Grapes are really good, right? They don't make a mess. A drink, right? Maybe you've got a map or you're using your GPS, right? A lot of times, you may not know the route exactly 100% how to get there. Now, if we think about the placement of these items, we can see some we intend to use more immediately, right? Like the snacks or the drink, while others are kept safely stored away, for when we arrive at our destination, right? Like extra shoes or the toiletries or the book or the gift, that you plan to give to those loved ones of yours. And all of these items serve a purpose, and we can use them as needed. Even the ones packed out of direct reach, right? We'll use those eventually. For example, if we spill coffee on our shirt while we're driving, we can pull over at a rest stop and change our shirt. So just because it's in the back, right, in the trunk someplace, doesn't mean we can't use it. We may take an extra step to get to it, but we can get to it, right? Now, as we begin our journey, we set out with a sense of purpose, right? We're going to go see who our loved ones are. Maybe we're going on vacation, whatever it is. But we set out with a sense of purpose. And with that sense of purpose, we're dutifully mindful of the rules of the road, right? Watching our speed, obeying the traffic laws, not tailgating or anything like that. Watching our temperature gauge, right? Or the fuel level in your car. If you're traveling with your family, maybe you play I Spy. I spy a big red truck. You try to find the big red truck. I guess that would probably be easy to find, right? Maybe you sing a song while you're driving, like the Griswolds, right? Right? Family vacation, right? Or maybe play that license plate game, right? Where you try to find the license plates from all 50 states, right? See whoever can win gets the most states. Or you just listen to music or look out the window to help pass the time as you drive, right? A lot of things you can do. But you're with family and you're enjoying yourselves. Occasionally, though, you'll need to stop for fuel, right? To use the restroom or to eat, stretch your legs, take a break, right? Take a break while you're driving this long trip, right? And those are occurrences we anticipate, right? And we factor them into our trip unconsciously, right? So maybe ideally would be a 10-hour trip, right? If you were to drive it straight through, and if we were to, add all that time in for the breaks, getting something to eat, fueling up or something like that, maybe it's a 12-hour trip, right? But these are occurrences, that we've come to expect, right? Normal occurrences. Your car needs fuel. You need to stop and get some fuel. Eventually, somebody has to use the restroom. We anticipate those. But now think about what we don't often anticipate. Rain or bad weather, right? If the rain is really coming down, in a big heavy thunderstorm, maybe we have to slow down instead of driving 65 or 70, depending on the local speed limits, right? Maybe we have to drop down to like 45 or 50. Right? I've been in those big thunderstorms before where it's really hard to see and you had to really go slowly. Right? Maybe there's road construction. Right? If you're traveling along an interstate, in some places you are bound to come across some road construction. Sometimes that road construction can lead to detours. Right? Take this exit, take that exit. Right? Follow the signs. And then you have to wonder if you don't see a sign after a while, like, am I on the right road? So you get a little bit of nervousness, right? A little bit of anxiety. And then you see a sign coming up and you're doing okay. Maybe you get a flat tire, right? Maybe there's an accident, or maybe you're involved in an accident. Who knows? But these are all occurrences that, deep down, we know these events are within the realm of possibilities, but we don't often plan for them. We think we'll be okay on this trip because we've been okay so far, right? All our lives, maybe nothing too challenging has occurred to us, right? So if we translate this to maybe we can consider this our own journey in life, right? We can see many similarities from our own life to a road trip. For instance, suppose you're in a relationship, right? What are some of the circumstances we use daily, right? And that could be something that translates to within reach, right? Like your snacks or your drink, right? Or your phone, right? In a relationship, what are some of those circumstances we use daily? It could be cooking, right? Shopping, cleaning, just talking to each other, right? Those are easily within our reach, right? Those are more immediate, that we see those all the time. What about some long-term circumstances? Well, trust would be one, right? The longer you're in a relationship, the more trusting you are. If you choose to buy a home, maybe it's buying a home. That's a long term, right? That could be related to the luggage, right? Luggage, we put those in the back seat, right? They're there when we need them. Kids, if you choose to have kids, or maybe you have a blended family, right? Those are long-term circumstances that we need to consider. Or the unexpected, right? The road construction, right? That we encounter in our lives, in a relationship, right? Could be a loss of a job, right? That's certainly unexpected. Infidelity, that's certainly unexpected, right? Or even death. That's, everybody's going to die, but, we're certainly not always aware when that is going to occur. So that's certainly unexpected as well. What if you're a student going back to school? What are some of the daily and the long-term or unexpected events you face? Especially being an adult student, right? So it's different circumstances that we have to consider versus, maybe high school or middle school, right? Being an adult student is certainly challenging. So what are the daily circumstances, that we need to consider? Studying would be for one, right? Being prepared, right? Studying on a daily basis. Long term, or our luggage analogy, passing the course and then earning a degree, right? Each course is one little step, one little mile on our journey, right? On that little journey, right? What's something unexpected? Maybe you think you did your best studying and everything, you did everything that you could, you feel, but yet you didn't pass the test, right? That could be unexpected. Certainly this pandemic, right? COVID, certainly unexpected, right? Unexpected circumstance, right? So in any journey we decide to embark on, we're only able to control what is within our control. Filling up our gas tanks, having snacks next to us, preparing as best as we can for the test, or even loving ourselves with all of our being. Those are how we prepare. Right? Those are how we prepare for being, for the unexpected. Knowing that we all face road construction on multiple occasions, right? During our life. It's to be expected. It's the where, the whens, and what it will be. That's not up to us. So how do we react? Or how should we react, when we encounter road construction? These slow points in our lives and what we expected the path to be, right? Expected smooth sailing, smooth roads, right? All the way, but that doesn't happen. So how do we react? With gratitude, right? And why gratitude? Why should we be happy that, or, that our path is slowed, right? Because we realize that even if we've slowed down on our journey, we're still on our journey. We're still moving forward. And gratitude allows us to connect with each and every experience in a wholesome way. To be with the experience openly. When we have gratitude, we're joyful of the gifts we receive daily. Maybe it wasn't the right time for us to pass that test. Maybe if there was some infidelity in a relationship, we may be hurt with that, right? But when we take it on with gratitude, maybe we just found out we weren't right to be with that person, right? Sometimes we have to look for the gifts, right? They're not always on full display, right? Like on a Christmas morning. Sometimes they're like the Easter eggs waiting to be found. Sometimes you might find those Easter eggs a few months later, right? There's always that one egg, right? You don't find it on Easter morning, right? Maybe you find it a little while later and that's where it was. And those are what the gifts are, right? They're like those little Easter eggs. Sometimes we don't find them right away. But then again, sometimes they are full display on Christmas morning. We understand the importance and the value of what they are. So my friends, embrace life and your road trip with gratitude. All right? Embrace it. All those experiences with gratitude. And I invite you all to feel free to follow us on Instagram, Blue Lotus Center, on Facebook at Blue Lotus Center, our website, bluelotusmeditation.us. Subscribe to our newsletter. It's a monthly newsletter, so you're all welcome to. It's not going to bombard you with emails that you don't necessarily want to get on a continual basis. Once a month is enough. With our calendar of events and so forth. Anyway, again, embrace life, right? And the road trip you're on with gratitude. Okay, my dear friends? Till next week, till next time, which will be November 30th, same time. I wish you well, and namaste.